Our three farewells, how to end a conversation in French. So the easiest one is probably the most common one and the one that you've most likely to have heard before. Okay, so we have au revoir. Au revoir. So it literally means goodbye. It is a formal farewell, which means it can be used with anyone, and it can be used at any specific point in time. So unlike our greetings where our formals were limited to during the day or during the evening, you can use au revoir at any point in time. The re in front of revoir is optional. It is a little bit hard to say. It kind of chops up the phrase a little bit. And so a lot of French people just skip it. We just say au revoir. Personally, this is the way that I tend to say it. I feel like it's a little bit easier to say. It flows a little bit better. It's completely up to you which way you choose to pronounce it. Yes, it must be there when you write. Okay, it's always spelled R-E-V-O-I-R. Okay, however, if you choose to pronounce it au revoir, there are plenty of French people who would find that just perfectly normal. Okay, the most common farewell between friends, okay, is à bientôt. À bientôt. So remember, T is not a careful letter. À bientôt. It means see you soon. It is an informal farewell. However, it is so common that if you have a pretty good relationship with someone, even if there's someone with whom you would normally use formal language, sometimes you can get away with using it. So for example, if you have like a teacher that you have a really good relationship with, even if you would normally use words like bonjour and more formal words like that, you can probably get away with à bientôt. But you definitely would not want to use this in a situation where it absolutely calls for formal, such as, for example, if you were talking to the president. And finally, the most informal is à plus. À plus. So it means see you later, or sometimes people just translate it as later because it's very informal. So being able to translate it as just later sounds more informal in English. It should typically only be used with close friends, family, and people who are younger than you, or at least pretty close to your own age. It is sometimes abbreviated to an A+, when texting, emailing, etc., because à plus looks just like A+. You might see this on some of our readings, so like with the authentic readings, when we look at things that actual French people have written to other actual French people, you might see it that way. However, you are not going to be allowed to write it that way, especially on like your test. You're going to have to actually write out à plus.